Alan Craig there from Gay Marriage No Thanks. And another campaign group we spoke to is Keep Marriage Special. We spoke to their team member, Reagan King.
Keep Marriage Special came about through the efforts of the Church Society and with the sponsorship also of Protestant Truth Society over a year ago to seek to petition Her Majesty's government to protect the uniqueness of marriage. Gradually the campaign shifted from a petition to more of an internal campaign, writing letters to various people in Parliament. And I came on the scene in January of this year, starting work actually in February. The challenges and highlights of working for Keep Marriage Special have been many and diverse, I suppose you could say. Part of the challenge is that you do see what is going on in people's lives. You do see the effects of homosexuality across the world. You see the effects of same-sex marriage in various countries, and it is quite grievous to see the United Kingdom heading down the same route. Highlights have been that I've been able to grow in my knowledge of the Scripture's teaching regarding human relationships and sexuality. I've been able to compile in my own mind a set teaching of what the Bible says about homosexuality, and it's just been able to give me some clarity. It was excellent to see Christians from across numerous denominations unite to pray outside of Parliament. It was good to be able to join with Christian Concern for the prayer gatherings on a few different occasions, and to see the number of people who turned out was quite positive and encouraging. And for myself, it was good to see that there are people who profess the name of Christ who actually desire to practice it. Sadly, one of the lowlights of being involved in this sort of campaign is you do come across Christians who do not really see the importance, the significance, who don't understand why homosexuality is such a bad thing even, why they should not have this freedom to marry, why marriage should be between heterosexuals, only one man and one woman for one life. So that has been a low light, but it was good to see at the prayer gatherings people come alongside each other and pray and take an active stand against this iniquitous legislation. In the lead up to the announcement, I was overcome with emotion. I do have to say I wept, because as the prayers were being offered, as we were singing songs, as we were singing of God's amazing grace on one side, on the other side there was a very large gay lobby group that was chanting and insulting and blowing horns and whistles and jumping around. And as soon as the announcement was made, in ways there was a sense of peace that, okay, now we know where we are. We know what has occurred. At the same time, there was a real emotional dive, I suppose you could say, as having invested so much time in this to see again the nation take another step towards approving this bill. We're now in the committee stage of the Marriage Same-Sex Couples Bill. That's going to take place over the course of 3 days. We've already had 2 days of the committee stage. Then it will go to a report stage. Generally that takes place 14 days following the committee stage. And then after the report stage, there's generally a time of 3 sitting days in the House of Lords before it returns to the Lords for its final reading in the House of Lords before being kicked to the Commons. It's far from over in reality, so we are continuing with our campaign. We are pressing on. At the moment, I'm involved in research looking at what different Lords are saying during the committee stage. We will then, prior to the final reading in the House of Lords, lobby again for all who are there in the House to vote against the bill. It's quite simple, really. There are a few different ways. Primarily, you can pray. Prayer is vital to our ongoing work. You can sign our petition. That's at keepmarriagespecial.org.uk. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Facebook, Keep Marriage Special, and Twitter at Keeping Marriage. Also, we do appreciate donations. Any gift, large or small, is a step towards keeping marriage special in this country, and it is our great desire to see that marriage be kept unique as between one man and one woman for one lifetime in our nation.